Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Rutvij. It's really nice to have you here. And thanks for taking your time off to chat with us. So can you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your role at PI Health Sciences?
Yeah, great. Thanks, Raghav. My role here in PIHS is that I am responsible for managing all the infrastructure related projects within the pharma domain of the PI group. I head the infrastructure projects team, and my team helps setting up the facilities like the laboratories, the biologicals laboratories, the chemical development laboratories, the kilo labs, and the manufacturing plants, the capacity addition to some of the plants where we have to do the modification in the plants. And one major project which me and my team are doing is setting up a greenfield, fully automated facility in western part of India.
Thank you, Rutvij. That was very interesting. Can you elaborate a little bit more about some of the exciting things about working on such projects at PI Health Sciences?
Yeah. So the exciting work which right now we do is that, we work in the VUCA world. And as they say in management, right now the current aspect in the world is based on VUCA, but then we have to deal with that. And even in the pharma space right now, whatever projects we are working on, there is a lot of changes happening. There are a lot of technologies which are coming up into the pharma world. The AI is coming into it. A lot of automation aspects that are being taken into the designs. And also the one big takeaway for us working in this project in PI is that how do we make the facilities which we make it for future? How do we see to it that the facilities that we are developing, we are developing it, the world-class facilities, so that the best of the clients come and visit us, and then we become their trusted partners in developing and scaling up and commercializing those pharma molecules.
So, Rutvij, I want to know, how do you ensure there remains alignment between client expectations across key milestones when you're working on such interesting projects?
Yeah, so it's very important for us to be aligned with all our stakeholders when we are executing greenfield projects. So there are certain 4-5 aspects of these that we need to take it up. One is that we should start with a clear-cut baseline. So in order to agree on the clear-cut baselines, we run a detailed kickoff meetings wherein we define all the objective scope, the success matrix, the constraints and assumptions which we have built in this project, and then we formally sign off. We later then break them into the concrete and realistic milestones with clear deliverables. The second point, what we do is, now that we've made the milestones, we make these milestones as the checkpoints. So all these milestones, whenever they come during the project, we treat these milestones as the success factors as delivered completion, and then we check this milestone at every stage of the project, like at 25%, 50%, 75%, and based on that we track the progress of the project. We also build regular communication and reporting, and this is done based in order to have the communication regarding the progress of the project, where the weekly updates are being sent, and we involve people who are a part of our project. All the necessary stakeholders are also defined there, and based on that weekly report, weekly communication, we send the concise reports about the progress of the project. We also, as a part of maintaining good relations with the stakeholders, we also have a structured feedback review mechanisms. So at each milestone review, we also talk to our stakeholders and get feedbacks from them. We collect them. We then have a brainstorming onto them. If these milestones or this feedbacks are up for us to implement table, we discuss along our team members, and we bucket them into two halves, nice to have and must to have. So we take those must to haves, and upon agreement with our stakeholders, we then execute and put them into our system.
that was very interesting. So what I understand that when you're working with such complex projects and all this thing, and especially when you're working with cross-functional teams, there could be many roadblocks and challenges which might appear during these projects. How do you overcome them? Can you give us some insights?
Certainly, yes. When you're managing infrastructure projects, you are bound to have the roadblocks. The roadblocks and the project works, infrastructure project works, normally they will come hand in hand, and we have to be very, mindful of those roadblocks. How do we identify them? So what we do is that those roadblocks, we are best managed when we take them early, and then we make them visible early, and we reframe them as shared problems, and then we drive them in a structured way. So what we do is that first we make the roadblock explicit. We define this roadblock in plain language, including whatever data we have. We have those hypotheses, and why it threatens the time and the success criteria. Once that is done, we also make a log of it. We make it a tracker, and then that tracker is shared. The second step here is that we use a structured problem solving of this. So once we have got these roadblocks and we've identified what are its threats, we then go into an ideation session wherein a focused session is being called for with all the necessary stakeholders, wherein all the pluses and minuses of these roadblocks are discussed. And upon understanding its criteria, whether it has got an impact on objectives, the cost and time, these roadblocks are then taken up, and they've been decided. These are done like that. And once that we have the options of timelines, then we decide, we replan, and we communicate. So once we have all the necessary data available of that roadblocks, its severity, how is it affecting our timelines or schedule or our technology, what we are doing it, we then drive this on a time-based decision document saying that if this is the case and if this is the implication, we will close this by this time, and if we do it by this time, there will be minimal or very less impact onto our project deliverables. And upon agreeing on all this, then we communicate this change and its rationale to all our stakeholders within the project team. And by doing this, everybody within the project is aligned to the roadblock. They have identified the roadblock, probable solutions are discussed, and its probable mitigation plan. This is how we manage the roadblocks within the project.
Yeah. So my next question is, when you're managing such projects, so what are the kind of systems you use to ensure there is transparency and you're able to control risks when you are implementing such development projects?
Yeah. So we have project dashboards, wherein in this project dashboard, we get the real-time information on the schedule, the cost, the quality matrix, everything's, and those are available to all the stakeholders. We also maintain necessary documents like the RAID log, which is nothing but risk, assumptions, dependencies, and we keep them live through our planning and commissioning project cycle. And we also assign clear owners and review dates for all these risks that we are maintaining it. We complement this RAID with the more detailed risk register wherever it is needed. And we also use standard steps like we identify it, we assess them, we respond to them, we monitor them, and then we report the risk so that risk treatment is consistent and auditable across the life cycle of the project. The next phase, what we do is that we have the governance and the stage gates. We make risk as a standing item in any of our meetings, such as the weekly meetings or the fortnightly meeting, even in the steering committee meetings and the coordination meetings, wherein if there is any escalation needed, we escalate it and we communicate it, and so that major threats cannot move between the phases. Last thing is that we monitor and record also. So we combine these dashboards and logs with discipline reporting. We have periodic risk summaries, and those are also being a part of our reporting when a monthly report is being generated.
So lastly, I want to ask you, what are the new projects that are coming up that you're excited about?
Yeah, so the new project right now, the exciting project which we are working upon is on a greenfield facility for manufacture of large volume and small volume APIs for our CDMO business. The facility that we are working upon will have all the businesses under the gamut of CRDMO businesses. Like we will be having large scale manufacturing of APIs. We will be having a small scale API manufacturing wherein the manufacture of phase 1 and phase 2 products can be done. We are also coming up with peptide manufacturing facility. We will also have an oncology facility coming up in that same facility wherein we will have OEB4 and OEB6 manufacturing done. While doing all this, we are making sure that we make sure that this facility is to the maximum fully automated, and we are using a lights off concept here. These facilities will be designed as on the multi-purpose product manufacturing, where we will be manufacturing multiple products for multiple clients. And since this will be multi-purpose facility for multi-purpose clients, it also becomes very much important to maintain confidentiality within the client for the manufacturing of products which we do it for clients. So the biggest thing which we are doing here is that we are making this facility fully digitized and paperless. So anything this will be properly controlled so that the information is not shared to the other clients. We maintain the fully confidentiality, and the facility which we will make will be data driven, and that data will talk about itself. And with that, all this automation and digitization and the confidentiality, we intend to become the trusted partner of our clients in the CDMO business.
Perfect. It's really exciting to have you and listen to you on all the points. And it's very interesting to know about the various processes, the systems, the protocols you follow, and at the same time the interesting things which you are building. So thank you very much for joining, and thanks a lot. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Raghav.